Alrighty, we are about to do this. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us in a very special kind of episode of Shawnee and Friends. Let me scratch my nose a sec if you're watching. There it is. Scratched it. Yes, so back to what I am about to explain. I decided to get out of Melbourne. I was one of the lucky ones. I got wind that there was going to be another lockdown. I followed my gut and I was like, you know what? I've got a van. I have a bed. Got my surfboards. I decided just to get going. Hot-legged it and made my way through the country. South Gippsland, East Gippsland, went all the way, just drove through this magic area. And had I ever done anything like this? No. I'd never, ever embarked on a solo mission into the, I guess, not knowing where I'm going to go. What I'm going to do. It's just purely just pack your van and just get the fuck out of here. That was my intentions. All my friends are kind of like, what are you going to be doing? And I'm like, I don't have a clue. I basically am just going to be going with the flow and winging it, which is pretty cool, I think. Anyway, so as I was driving through East Gippsland, there was some hard emotions. I actually felt I don't really get too emotional, but going through, all those areas that got hit pretty hard with the fires before Christmas time, man, it was an eerie kind of feeling, and something that, I really appreciate and honestly respect all the firefighters and everyone that donated and did some good things around there, because when you actually drive through the place, you really see the enormity of the situation and how hard it was hit. But on a bright note, seeing the trees fight back, that was also pretty fucking cool too. There was all these, and I've got some great footage. I'm going to roll it across. There was all these amazing trees. As you can see, I'm going down the road, and yeah, there's some ones that are completely cooked and in a respectful kind of way, but they're coming back. They're fighting back. There's foliage on these plants and these trees starting to fire back. So, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, I started moving through this, and this went for about an hour and a half. I was driving through here, and my plans weren't, like I was saying before, they weren't really thought out. I just knew that I needed to get over the border, so I was absolutely gunning it. So I left on the Monday. So I got word that I was planning on going on the Tuesday, and I got word that things are getting pretty hairy in Victoria. If you want to hang around, you're going to be stuck in the house. And I was like, nah. Monday came, and I had a shoot with Kick in regards to the mental health campaign and the new page that he set up, One in All In, which I think is a great idea. So I gave Kick a call, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, man. I think I need to get the fuck out of here. He's like, bro, it's all right. We're going to be about 10, 15 minutes. It's all good. Get down here. We'll do the shoot. We'll get you on your way, and you'll make it over the border. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to follow my gut here. I'm going to quickly go and do it, and I'm going to basically hot-leg it out. I was planning to go on the Tuesday, but, it was all over the news that they were going to close the borders that night. So all of a sudden, I had this enormous anxiety over me of like, I need to get over the border. I need to get the fuck out of here. So basically, the whole way down, there was this sort of rush, this rush of not knowing if I was going to make it. Am I going to get to the border and there's going to be police there? What's going to happen? Holy shit. So many things going through my brain. I'm hungry. But luckily for me, I'd planned out the night before. I just banged out all these carrots and capsicums and all this stuff. I just prepped. Being, a chef by trade, I just thought, in terms of food, I've got that nailed. In terms of camping, I don't have a fucking clue. Like, I've never really camped in my whole life. I drove up the east coast of Australia when I was 18 or 19. No, I was 18, drove up, but I was with a group of friends. So you're kind of leveraging off each other. But to do this by myself was a new level of holy fuck. So Anyway, I get over the border finally, and this was such a feeling. Like I was absolutely, I had Rage Against the Machine on. I was pumping my fists. I was so happy. I couldn't believe it. I'd got out, and you know, a couple of days later, I get a call from one of my best mates, Dave Tweedy, and he was like, "Bro, they've just locked us down for 6 weeks in Victoria." So, that feeling that I had in my gut, my head was kind of like the whole way. I'm like, "Oh, don't do it. Oh, how are you going to survive? Oh my God. Have you ever camped before? What's it going to be like? Oh, have you got enough money to live? Oh, holy shit. Shit, 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 shit." All these feelings of like my head saying, no, 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 you can't do this. But my gut was just like, shut the fuck up. Get out there and live. Go earth it. So I did. I got across the border, and my first stop, so I've been going now for a week, and my first stop was at night time because I hot-legged it a little bit too late maybe. I hit the road about 12 o'clock on the Monday, so by the time I got over the border, it was black. It was completely dark. And, I was, I think I'm quite a confident person in some levels, but also, this tests you out. When you're by yourself and you have no one else around you but the elements and stuff like that. I'm using Googs, jumping on the Google, and I'm like, all right, cool. Where do I camp around here? Campsites, blah blah blah. And I found this really cool sort of scout ground. I can't pronounce the word, but I'll drop it in the description because it's a really long one. It's like Norma Beamer Scout Camp or some shit. But anyway, this joint was rocking. It was dark. As I drove in the driveway, I'm driving in and I'm like, holy crap, I've never taken my transporter, Volkswagen Transporter, off-road before kind of vibes. Like I'm talking this little baby's been along beach roads and stuff where it's had gravel and it's had all this stuff where, it's been basically babied. It hasn't really had the hard treatment. So when I took this thing onto dirt ground and stuff like that, she was crying out a little bit. She wasn't too happy that I took her off-road, but nonetheless, I was like, fuck it, babe. We're doing this. So here we are bouncing around rocks and doing all this funky shit. And we finally get into this open sort of area, what I thought was open. And I was like, I don't know, do I camp here? What do I do? Do I put my awning out, or how do I do this, For me, it was such foreign ground. I've never done this before. So I'm like, holy shit. Okay, cool. Park your car first, Shawnee. Park it. And then get the spotlight out and look for people around if there's any murderers, or I don't know what the hell's going on out here. So I was like torching the whole joint in terms of my light everywhere, animals, there's all sorts of shit going on. So my senses are at high alert. Parked my car, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to actually pull my shit out here. I'm just going to park here, and then I want to keep moving on. I want to move up Merimbula, and I want to get up towards there a little bit more. So I'll just use this as an overnight little thing, and then I'm going to hot leg this out of here again, and I'm going to keep moving up. So I did. I decided that, you know what, I'm going to eat my carrots tonight. I'm going to eat just capsicum by itself. I was basically just, eating the stuff that I prepped out. In the morning I woke up. Wasn't too cold. I was actually surprised that sort of first couple of nights. I was like, it's not that cold. It's pretty good. I've got a really good setup in my van that I've done. The bedding and everything like that's like double layered, so it's warm and cozy. Let's just say it's nice and warm. It's nice and cozy, and I love it. So when I woke up, I was like, fuck, I need a shower. And this is the whole thing for this first week. I've really respected a shower. Now, for me and people that know me, my family, stuff like that, like we're blessed. We're blessed to have hot showers. And, when you start to earth it a little bit and come off the grid in some ways, you discover a whole new respect and a whole new love for a hot shower. And this campground that I first stayed at had this, it was like this oval, right? And people were parked around this oval. In the middle of this kind of oval-y thing here, there was this one shower just popped up out of nowhere. Like, it was just blessed. This is where you must shower in front of everybody. So I'm like, all right, cool. I've never camped like this before. This must be what they do. So I nuded up. I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm all about this. I'm going to show whoever's around, like, this must be what you do. And I took over my soap and my towel. There was nowhere to put my towel, mind you, so I just put it on the ground, and then I nuded up. I nuded up and showered. I basically was in the full nut, pardon the pun, and showering away. And it was cold. It was cold, and I probably wasn't in the best shape, if you know what I mean. It was quite a tough one. So I didn't hang around too long. I decided just to quickly shower up and get out of there. So as I was packing up some stuff that I had near my van, this old guy, he walks up to me and he's like, "Hey son, how are you, buddy? Whereabouts are you headed? You just popped in tonight, or are you gonna be staying in here for a little bit longer?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I think I was gonna go into town, maybe get some stuff for my van, and either come back here or keep moving up." And he's like, "Oh, cool, that's great. And you know what, mate? I'll give you a tip here at the scout ground. Here is there's actually a hot shower near the front entrance. If you drive up there, you can actually get a hot shower. Just it's all good. I didn't want to say that when you were having a shower earlier on, I didn't want to just come up to you, but I thought I'd just let you know. Just you don't have to shower out there in the nude next time." So I had a bit of a giggle to myself. That was pretty funny and quite embarrassing. But I definitely didn't go back there that night. I was like, "Holy shit, what have I done? How embarrassing. Let's move on." So I decided, because I was freezing cold, that I was gonna, after that shower, that I was gonna quickly stop in and have that hot shower. So I took him on, had that hot shower on my way out, and then I was off. So I decided to go up through Merimbula, where they had a couple of little camp shops there, and I was, just sort of going through the place, went and stopped, had a coffee, did all that cool stuff, and then I was like, all right, cool, do I need anything from my van? What do I need here? Nah, I'm all good. It's time to earth it. I started, like, Googling, places where there was a beach. Like, my things that I wanted in this first week especially was I needed to go for a surf. I wanted to, get my awning out, and I wanted to park up and just be very present with myself and in nature, full earth. Get out there, live. Is that scary? Fuck yes. Have I done it before? No, I haven't. But am I going to learn from it? Absolutely. So I did it. I found this place called Hobart Creek Campsite. Now, if anybody wants to go to an amazing campsite that, doesn't mind shitting in a hole and not having a shower, this is the place. It is absolutely stunning. It's got fire pits there. I found this nice little spot where I just parked up. So I just drove in, I parked up, and I set up my nest, which is something that I've begun to find out how much I love this. And I'll get more to this a little bit later before I close out this episode. But as I'm setting up my awning, which I struggled with the first time because I didn't do it at home, I just kind of got here and winged it. I fought this awning, this motherfucker, for, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I would have looked like, quite the funny dude just trying to wrestle with his awning, his thing straight off the back of, the side of my van. Here I am wrestling around with it. Finally got it up, mind you. And I camp. That's what I was looking at. I'm like, I do this camp stuff. I'm down. I would have looked like an idiot, but that's all good. So once I set up, I was absolutely in love with this site. I was like, cool, all right. Let's figure out where everything is. Let's figure out where the shower is. Let's figure out where, the hot water. Let's figure out where all that is. But no. This is a campground that's right on the beach in a national park that doesn't have that stuff. So all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, how do I have a shower? Like, this is a thing for me. This is something I need to do. So, like, my first week, I'm like in this place for 4 nights. I had all my supplies ready to go off grid for 4 nights. and this is the place, or 3 nights, mind you. Sorry, so 3 nights off grid at this Hobart Creek campsite, and I had nowhere to shower. So what did I do? I decided to get a plastic bag and fill it up with water, and this is how I did it. I basically filled up the plastic bag, hung it over my awning, and I stabbed it with a fork, because when I went to the camp thing, I forgot about a shower thing, because I was like, oh yeah, cold showers, I can deal with that. I can just have a cold shower for the next blah, blah, blah. Didn't realise that this campground didn't have showers, so I'm a dickhead. So here's me underneath this plastic bag. I would have looked like a complete twit. Filled it up with hot water. So I put cold water in it first, and then I put hot water in it, and then I sat underneath it, and I sort of prepared myself. This time I wore underwear, and I just stabbed it with a fork. So I got the first one in, and then it was sort of trickling out a little bit, and I got another one in, and then it was trickling out a little bit more, and I'm like, this is the shittest thing that I've ever done. What am I doing with my life right now? I'm stabbing a plastic bag as a shower. I'm a dickhead. So after the first day, I was a little bit defeated by that. I didn't really put enough water in there, and I couldn't be asked doing it again, so I decided just to... there was water on site, so I had cold water, so I decided just to empty cold water all over myself, and that was how I showered. Fuck that. It was hard, let me tell you. So day 2 came in, I was digging, I went down for a surf. This place had immaculate beaches, and the wallabies and kangaroos, and it was like picturesque, like going down. I'm going to go over and show you right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put this over the top of the beaches. Now, the beaches were gorgeous. The waves coming through. I took my drone out, had these really great epic shots of this place, and I was like, fuck this, I've got to go for a surf. So I chucked my weddy on, jumped out, had a surf. It was probably a little bit bigger than what I'm probably used to. I wouldn't say I'm an absolute gun at surfing. I enjoy it. I'm not probably out there every week, but I'm definitely no Slater. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Went back to the campsite, looked at that plastic bag, and it was like a reminder, like of the failure the night before. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to do the shower thing again. I'm going to fill it up with more water. I'm going to put more hot water in there, and I'm going to stab it this time with the bottom. So I flipped up the fork, so I had more, so I had more of the fork to stab into it, but it's only one prod. So as I am about to prod this plastic bag full of water, I've prodded it, bang, straight in there, and the whole thing is just opened up and gone everywhere. So it got me, and I got this warm water, but it was for like maybe 3 seconds, and that was it. And I was like, this is fucking... Had a good old chuckle to myself there. Lucky there was no one in the campsite. It's pretty bare in the campsites at the moment. There's not really a lot of people, but yeah, failure again. So I'm like, this is not really doing too many favours for me. So I basically bailed on the whole shower thing. And I was like, you know what, I've got a heap of wet ones. I've got water bottles. I'm just going to tip shit over my head. I'm going to go for a surf. That's water. So I'm basically, when I get in there every day, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of scrub under the pits. I finished having a surf, dropped off the dacks, and I just run in there bare nut. And I would shower or, bathe myself in the salt water, come off, rinse myself down with a cold water bottle, and boom, I'm done. Shawnee's figured it out. This isn't too hard anymore. Bo yeah, figured it out. So for me, the easy parts have been the cooking. The cooking stuff is something that I love. I love cooking. Being a chef by trade, I am equipped to handle myself. So when I went and got all my camping stuff, I didn't forget anything that I needed in terms of my cooking stuff. I knew that, one, I'm going to eat good. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to eat healthy. And I'm going to make sure that it's put together really nicely and just have a bit of pride in that kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'll do a couple of little videos you can see on YouTube of me cooking some stuff. So then if you really want to check it out, you can. If you don't need to, don't. It's easy. But I love that. So I've got all my cooking stuff set up. So I've done all that. In terms of my coffee, the first few few days. I had a percolator and I sucked at it. I did not know how to set this quantity, how many spoons to put in, how long to leave it friggin', brew for. It was a friggin' nightmare. So when I finally got my head around that, I've ended up having coffees that I'm a little bit happy with, but it's definitely no Melbourne coffee. That's for sure. Anyway, once I left Hobart Creek, I drove through Mimosa National Park. Now, this place is gorgeous. I don't know if anyone's been there. You'll remember the name because you know the drink. But Mimosa National Park is unbelievable. This place is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And I ended up staying at a place called Arganoo, and this place again doesn't have a shower. You shit in a hole. These are the little things you kind of over time, especially this week, I've realized how much I value being able just to run down the hallway and do a pee. Realized just to run down the hallway, and if I need to do a shit, I can do that. Number twos, no worries. But when it's like 3 a.m. in the morning and you got to come out and there's a possum in your kitchen or something like that you've set up, and that scares the absolute shit out of you, and then you got to do a pee near your van because you're too scared to go up to the toilets because you don't know what's going to be up there. It's a whole new level of friggin', scary. But it's wicked. Don't get me wrong. I've loved every minute. I guess to finish off this episode, because I don't want to keep these too long. Just want to tell you a couple of little things that I'm getting up to, and then I can just add to this because I thought it'd be really cool just to have for my own personal diary to look back on in however many years. I've got this online. Shawnee and Friends is just going to always be there. So it's going to be really nice for me to sit there and hear about my learnings, because I feel like there's going to be so much growth here for me, and I'm super excited to see what happens next week, because there's so many things that I've learned in this first week. I won't go into and bore you too much just yet. I can talk about more stuff next episode, but I thought a few of those things were quite funny. Make sure if you're in town, you go through Mimosa National Park and you go check out this campsite, Arganoo campsite, right on the beach. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. You need to make sure you have your shower set up. What I did was for that one, I just kept it the water bottle vibes. But other than that, it was simply stunning. Simply stunning. Must do if you're in the area. It's up past Tathra, and it is incred. Now, I sat back and watched the Saints. Basically made myself some pancakes. For those following me on Instagram, you would have seen that. And we got done, so I was pretty defeated that night, and decided after I stayed in Arganoo for a few nights, again, off the grid, I was going to come to a campsite in Bermagui, where I am right now, and I get to wash my stuff. So I've got, a week's worth of some washing and a few things that I just want to get up to, in terms of I've got power here so I can get this episode done. I've got connection to Wi-Fi. I've got things that I can just get connectivity going and get this episode up, and also get my washing done. That's a big thing for me. But it's about to piss down. Like, I'm talking shit down. There's a warning going on south coast of New South Wales that we're about to get 100 mil of water. It's starting to spit right now. I don't know if you can hear behind me. So I'm going to wrap up probably in the next minute or so. But I just want to leave you on something that I have found that I've learned is just dive in. If you've got a gut feeling and you've got something that, there's anxiety trying to pull you back and you're a bit nervous, just jump in and learn, because that's what my first week's been. It's just been about me diving in head first, not knowing what's going to happen, trusting my gut, and learning from the failures or mistakes or whatever you want to call them, learning from them. And then, next week I'll know how to percolate, how to, have a shower. If you need to do a shit, do it earlier in the morning. And I don't know, I probably shouldn't have chucked that one in, but you learn your little tricks. You learn your things that you didn't do too well yesterday. The next day you can grow and learn on. So that's probably my biggest thing for this week. I'm real happy with where I'm going. I'm happy in my soul, and I hope that everyone back at home stays safe in Victoria. If you're my overseas viewers from YouTube and online in America, everywhere, I hope you're safe. I hope you are well. Please stay safe. Stay 1.5. Remember the rules. Let's all get back on track. And this is me over and out from Bermagui. I'll be uploading another one. I'll be putting some cookings, some cooking ones up. I'll be chucking a whole heap of videos up too. So make sure you follow Shawnee and Friends on Instagram. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. If you're not watching it, jump on and watch it. Otherwise, this is me out. I hope that I see you a little bit cleaner than what I am at the moment. Like, I won't lie. I had a nice hot shower for 20 minutes yesterday. I'm sorry, but it's about to piss down raining. But I was like, nope, I'm going to sit under this hot shower and really appreciate it. So I did that. Anyway, it's getting windy. I'm talking smack now, so it's probably time that I let you go. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring for you. And I will see you on the next one. Shawnee. Don't know what that was, but anyway, take care.